What's up, what's up, what's up? Welcome back to episode 2 of The Assist. I am your host, Dylan. Here at The Assist, we desire to bring you closer to all things New Orleans Pelicans and Baton Rouge Zydeco. I know you see me rocking. You see me rocking my Columbus Blue Jackets jersey because I haven't gotten my Zydeco jersey yet. Don't worry, it's on the way. But I want to do everything I can to bring you closer to hockey in Louisiana because it exists. But today we're not talking hockey. What am I doing? The Assist is brought to you by none other than the No Network, where we cover all sports that exist in Louisiana. If you're looking for a one-stop shop for entertainment and for coverage of Tulane to LSU to the Pelicans to the Saints to our amazing rugby team, all things on the in-between. If you're looking for any of these things, you have found your new favorite platform. So welcome to the family. You're now rocking with the best. All right, back to what I was talking about. Today is obviously draft day. This is a big day. Some young kids' dreams are going to become a reality. You know, you were shooting in the parking lot. You were shooting in the driveway. You were shooting on the concrete jungle. You were shooting around, hoping for this moment, the night that you would hear Adam Silver say your name. And it's going to happen tonight for a bunch of different guys. And so what we're going to do is we're going to zoom in on our pick, the New Orleans Pelicans pick at number 21. I've heard a multitude of different things of what people think we should do with the pick, who we should take with the pick, and so on and so on. My guy Charles Chambers believes we should trade the pick and double down on some second-round picks. I see you out there, Charles. Keep putting in great work. And my guy Logan over at Sports Etouffee believes we need to take Zach Edey. We'll talk about him in a second. But what I'm going to do is I want to give you my favorite pick, meaning my dream selection, my most logical selection, which is what the Pels probably are going to do, and my sneaky selection, which is if they did it, I'll be like, ooh, that's something right there. And then I'm going to throw in a couple of other prospects that I think I might be a good selection, or prospects that I've heard through the grapevine that they may be putting on a Pelicans uniform. So if you're ready to rock like I'm ready to rock, let's get to it. 3, 2, 1, here we go. First up, we're going to do my dream pick, a guy I hope to hear called when the New Orleans Pelicans pick at number 21, and that's none other than Indiana Hoosiers on Khalil Ware. He is an extremely talented 7-foot power forward slash center. He is rated as the number 2 power forward, right behind projected number 1 overall pick, if he wants to be the number 1 overall pick, Alexander Sarr. This guy can do it all. Khalil Ware can do it all, and he has not even reached his ceiling yet. His ability to play inside, his ability to play outside, his ability to be an athletic PNR guy, pop guy. His averages were 16 points a game, 9 rebounds, 1 assist, and then he shot threes at a 42% clip. So you want a floor spacer? Congratulations, you've now found your floor spacer. You want a guy that can be your Derek Lively, except with more range. I mean, I know we saw Derek Lively hit that 3-pointer in the playoffs, and we all almost thought we caught the Holy Ghost. You know, outside of that, that was kind of an anomaly of sorts. What is the majority we see from Derek Lively is in the PNR. Imagine Derek Lively in the PNR, but him having the capability of popping, and they actually have to respect the pop. And then add Zion to that equation. That is what we could potentially be getting in Khalil Ware. He is a very, very effective basketball player. He has a checkered past because of his previous stop before getting to Indiana. You know, in Oregon, he was seen as he had a low motor and lacked enthusiasm as far as working and getting better at the game. But he completely dispelled that when he got under Coach Woodson in Indiana, and he just became a workhorse, a dog, and became better day by day, moment by moment. I've seen many draft boards saying he's probably not going to fall to 21 anymore. It seems like this draft fluctuates a lot, right? Like, it seems like one moment a guy is going to be like a 30th pick, then you look up the next day and he's in the lottery. It just seems like this draft is fluid, as a certain individual would say on the ESPN platforms. It's very fluid. But I really think he still is going to fall to us, because I really think a lot of things are going to fall our way, especially with Sarr's desire not to be the first overall pick, but to go to DC. I think that's going to have kind of a ripple effect to the whole board, because a lot of people are going to have to make some decisions that they did not plan on making. So that is my hopeful favorite pick is Alexander Sarr. Great athlete, 7 foot, 40% from three, 16, 10, and 1 on the splits. PNR, P and pop guy, inside, outside, midi game, back to the basket game. He really, really, honestly, if I had to give you a comp, I would say he's got like so many people's game. He's got like a little Evan Mobley in him, if I might say, that slender, skilled power forward to center guy. A little bit of, I know this name is sacrilegious in our city, but a little bit offensively of a game of like a modernized Anthony Davis, might I not say. Now, mind you, I did not say he was Anthony Davis. I don't want y'all to be in the comments saying, this man is crazy. He don't even know what he's talking about. No, I did not say that. What I said is he's extremely offensively skilled and he can score at a high clip. He doesn't foul a lot. He defensive rebounds at a high clip. He does not turn the ball over. His assist to turnover ratio is amazing. So this is a guy who literally he fits into what we're trying to do because he fills a major void from the center position, as well as he does not give the opposing team the ball. So he's not going to hurt you. He's only going to help you. This is why I hope to hear with the 21st pick, the New Orleans Pelicans select Khalil Ware from Indiana University. Come on down, Khalil. We can't wait to see you in the Pels uniform. Now we get to my most logical pick. We've seen this guy talked about all over the waves. We've seen him talked about for multiple different people, and that's Yevis. I'm sorry if I'm not saying your name right. Missy, the 7-foot center from Baylor. He is a very, very skilled prospect. That is a lie. He's not really that skilled. He's a very, very raw prospect. Most people have said he's kind of like made in the ilk of Rudy Gobert. But the thing, we've talked a lot. And I don't really see a lot of positive things said about Missy. But one of the most positive things I see in this game is the man shoots 70% close to the rim. I don't know if y'all know that, but that is an extremely high percentage close to the rim. 70% close to the rim. And then 61% on totality. 70% is almost you're going to score. Now imagine having that level of efficiency going down here close to the rim compared with the force of Zion. It's going to be insane. We've heard multiple reports about the Pelicans coveting Clint Capella from the Atlanta Hawks. This guy's kind of in that same ilk. The Rudy Gobert, Atlanta Hawks Clint Capella type of center who's just a try-hard, high motor, going to do everything he can to play great defense. He might not be a great defender as he currently is. He's just a raw prospect. Everything about him is raw. He doesn't turn the ball over. His offensive ratings are amazing, and he shoots the ball from a free throw line really well. Not really well. Okay, listen, guys. Listen. This is the most logical pick, and as you can tell in my tone, I'm not too excited about the logical pick, okay? Okay, I'm fighting to say nice things because at this point in the Pels iteration, we cannot get any more projects. I would rather do what my brother Charles said and trade down and get 2 second-round picks than draft Missy in the first round. That's just simply put. Yes, I know he's athletic. Yes, I know he's a rim running big. He will run the floor. He does not protect the rim at a high clip, but he has the capabilities of becoming better at that because he's so young. Yes, I know he's a work hard guy, and I know Griff reportedly is smitten with him, loved him, met with him, and just loved the kid. I know that, but he also fell in love with Jeremy Sohan from the San Antonio Spurs. Sorry if I didn't say your last name right, Jeremy. Fell in love with him as well, but he's not a Pelican. And obviously those things kind of fell out of his hands, but still, I hope that at this current state we realize that we have Zion Williamson for a specific amount of time. Not because he wants to leave, but because we don't know what his body's going to do to him. We don't know how his body's going to respond to him playing another 70 games if he does that. We don't know what his body's going to do. And so because we don't know these things, we need to start putting pieces around him that are prepared to contribute to winning now. That goes back to my Ware pick. I believe you can plug and play Ware in any position. If you want him to be a rim runner like Missy, he can do that. If you want him just to run the rim, he can do that. If you want him to space the floor, he can do that. That's why I'm hoping for him. But Missy gives you that rim running, high motor, hustle guy, kind of like Isaiah Stewart from the Detroit Pistons. In that ilk of, he's just going to work extremely hard, and he's going to force the opposing big to work extremely hard, and he's going to fight for every rebound. He doesn't rebound at a high clip, unfortunately, but he's going to fight for every rebound. He's going to put his name in the half every rebound. He's averaging 5 rebounds a game. He's averaging 10 points a game, 1 block a game. Hey, there you go. Griff, we love you, man. You're doing great work. Just maybe, let's do a year without a prospect. Just 1 year without a prospect. Let's just get a guy. Anyway, moving forward. Now, this is my sleeper pick. This is a guy who the Pels brought in for a workout, and when I saw that they brought him in for a workout, I got extremely excited. And it is G League elite player Tyler Smith, 6'10", power forward / small forward. He is rated as the number 2. I actually was wrong about Khalil Ware. He's seen as a center. He's rated as the number 2 center. Sorry, not the number 2 center. The number 3 center above Zach Edey, if I'm not mistaken. Let me look and make sure I am correct. Yes, he's at the number. This is crazy. Tankathon has Khalil Ware as the number 3 center and Kyle Filipowski above him, which is very interesting. I'm going to be honest. I did not expect to see that. But I guess Tankathon knows something we don't know, or I don't know, I guess. But then go back to Tyler Smith. This guy is Trey Murphy, except capable of guarding and probably primarily desires to guard centers and power forwards. He can spread the floor like none other. He's young, 19 years old. He plays great defense. He steals the ball at a high clip. He does not turn the ball over that much. His assist to turnover ratio is very good. Very good for someone his age. This is the thing I love about Tyler Smith is, one, as I said before, he can space the floor. He has a very, very smooth jumper. Reminds you a lot of Trey Smith. Not really of that same. Obviously, he's a lefty, so it's a different looking jumper, but it's still very, 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 very dangerous. And so having that guy in your star lineup, or if you go and get Clint Capella, you could bring him along slowly. He's a young kid with so much upside that I really, really believe if the Pelicans really are looking long-term, this is the move right here. Tyler Smith, I really believe, is going to be somebody in this league because he has the work ethic to do it. He showed it in the G League. All of us know the G League is no cupcake fest. All of these guys are fighting for roster spots. And because they're fighting for roster spots, they're not going to give an inch. They're not going to give you a point. You're going to have to earn everything. His splits are 13 points per game, 1 assist per game, 5 rebounds per game, shooting 48% from the field, 36% from 3. And I know that does not sound good to your ears. You're hearing 36, you're like, ugh, because in the current NBA, you should be shooting 39. But I really think if you turned on the film and you watched the shots he was making and the shots he was taking, you would knew that you had something there. This is a guy who is not afraid of the moment. He will shoot it over you. He will shoot it in your face. He'll shoot it from dang near half court. He will shoot it from anywhere. He does not fear. But that's not even the best part about Tyler Smith. Oh, the best part about Tyler Smith is when I broke down this film, majority of the film was him setting picks on the guard and rolling hard to the paint and finishing with thunder and dunks. He's an athlete, people. He's an athlete. Imagine you got Trey on one side, 6'10". You got Tyler at the dunker spot, 6'10", but it's a little thicker than Trey. And you know that they both were going to try and put on a highlight reel dunk. And then you got Zion. Ooh. Tyler Smith is my sleeper pick. I hope that if he's still on the board, which most mock drafts I see still have him, if I see Messi on the board and I see Tyler Smith on the board, I'm taking Tyler C every day and twice on Sunday because I really, really believe he has a higher upside than Messi, and he's young. He's 19, so he has not even begun to become his best self. Now, the only issue is if we do bring him and we commit to making him a better player. Do we commit to giving him the resources he needs to become a better player? Or do we just throw him out there? Or do we just bench him? Because we know Coach Will Green does not care about young guys that much. But listen, I just 6'10" in playing a year of pro ball already. I think it's what year or was it 2 years of pro ball already? That's got to account for something, coach. I mean, he's not coming from college. He's been playing against grown men already. That's got to account for something, coach. I mean, come on. The guy is great. He's going to be a great, great pro. That is my sleeper pick. And then this is everybody's pie in the sky pick, and this is my guy Logan's favorite pick, and it's none other than the Purdue sensation, All-American, All-World, All-Everything center, Zach Edey, the 7'5" center from Purdue. He's nimble, Ivek Zubac all over again, except 7'4". I saw someone say, imagine if Jonas Valanciunas was 7'4", 7'5", and that is Zach Edey. That's terrifying. I'm going to be honest. Jonas Valanciunas at 7'4", 7'5" is terrifying. He's 6'10", 7 foot if he's feeling good that day. Imagine a 7'4" version. Now, mind you, we're getting rid of Jonas Valanciunas, so why would you bring in another JV if you're getting rid of your JV? And I understand that, but I really think, you have control of his contract. He is a guy who's ready to play now. If you're ready to win now, he's ready to play now. He comes in with that ready to play mentality of the same of like Josh Hart. I'm not saying he's the same player as Josh Hart, obviously, but I'm saying he comes in like ready-made like Josh Hart. He showed in the combine that he has a little stroke from the mid-range, and he's able to shoot it a little bit from the three. He's got that Nikola Jokic jumper, from behind the head. It kind of gave me PTSD a little bit. But anyway, he's got some stuff to him. You do not win the amount of awards he's won and not be an elite basketball player. And also, let me dispel this. The Boban comparisons are lazy. I watched Zach Edey play the entirety of every game in the NCAA tournament and face double team, triple team. And I watched this man be able to pass, be able to assess where the double team is coming from, direct where the double teamer the guy whose man is doubling is coming from, where he should cut. I watched him make those passes. I watched him finish through three guys. I watched him literally play entire games without being able to foul. Because the moment he was able to foul, the moment he went out of the game, everything went haywire. So he played these games without being fully aggressive. Now imagine him either starting or coming off the bench, just being able to just play, not worrying about getting fouls, not having to be the guy, not facing any double teams, and you're just playing PNR, PNP with Zion in the middle. Or if we get a guard that's shifty, you're running a PNR with him and he rolling to the basket. It's just, Zach Edey makes sense for a lot of reasons. And I need to shout out my guy Logan one more time because he turned me on to Zach Edey, because I'm going to be honest. Y'all know that meme, that emoji, and I'm going to put it somewhere, the meme with the lady sitting on the couch and she's like, oh, that was me every time I heard Zach Edey. I was just, in my head, I was hardwired to believe that 7'4", 7'5" is not going to work in the NBA when you're not slim and a rim runner and a shot blocker. But he's got great footwork. He's not as fast, but he's fast enough. There were moments in the tournament where he had to switch on the guards, and he held his own. He knows how to use his body to compensate for his lack of foot speed. He knows how to make himself wide and short to be able to maneuver with those guards, and that's something that you want from your center, right? You want a center that obviously you're not going to leave him on an island ever with John Morant or anything like that. I just was watching a John Wall documentary. Shout out to John Wall. I hope you get another shot, my guy. But you're not going to put him on an island with John Morant. But you can leave him there for a second while you rotate back. And he's not going to get destroyed. That's all I'm trying to say. So I know a lot of people like Zach Edey. I don't think he falls to us. I've seen everything from the 5th pick to the 15th pick. I saw a few drafts that said he could fall to 23, but no one is believing those drafts because from everything we've seen, Zach Edey is on the up and up, and he's going to be somewhere in that higher ilk of where he's going in this draft. Again, my guy, though, If Ware is there, go get him. If Ware is there, go get him. If you want to win, go get Khalil L. Then. You see what I did there? Khalil. Then, if you want to win, go get Khalil. Anyway, moving forward. So I know we've talked about bigs a lot thus far in the show, but I've been hearing a lot of rumblings about a few guards that we need to look into. And one guard kind of shocked me. I didn't expect to hear from this guy, and it's Marquette's point guard, senior point guard, Tyler Kulik. I'm going to be honest. When I heard this name said to me, I was like, who? Who? I mean, shout out to the guys at No Ceilings. I am no draft expert. I study the top guys, and that's kind of where I'm at. And once the Pels draft, then I'll go back and look at the guy who we drafted and do deep dive research and see who he is. But I never in a million years thought I would hear this name. And then I went and looked at his splits, and I looked at his stats. And I've heard the Jose Alvarado comparison. This ain't Jose. This man is a marksman. Jose was kind of, when he was in college, he was more of like downhill, complete leader. This dude he's made up of some different stuff. He's got some nuance to his game. Average 16 points, 8 assists, 5 rebounds on 49% from the field, shooting 38% from 3, 85 from the free throw line. He's got some stuff to him. I think he had like 2 games. Was it 2 games? He had 2 games back to back where he dropped 27. He dropped 27 on St. John and came back and dropped 27 again on Butler. And then he dropped 32 on Seton Hall. This man 32 on Villanova. So he's a bucket. Yes, his only weakness is that his age, he's older. He's a senior. He's a legit senior. And I know in this modern iteration of the NBA, being a senior is kind of like a death sentence. But Zach Edey is that. And obviously I know he's not 7'5", so blase. I guess if Zach Edey was a freshman, I don't know. Anyway, when I originally heard the name, I was like, all right, at this point, we just playing Russian roulette with the draft, and we really don't care about it, so we need to just trade. But if you look at his film, he has some ability to him. He reminds me more of, I wouldn't say he reminds me of Jose, because he has some nuance to his game. I would say, if you made me choose, he reminds me of this is going to get me in trouble, but I can't help what I see. I can't help what I saw. I'm nervous to say it because y'all going to kill me. He reminds me a little bit, not the shiftiness. Okay, let me pray my way through this. Okay. Should I say this out loud and get in trouble? You know, we're going to go with it. He reminds me a little bit of like a Marquette, not a Marquette, a Villanova Jalen Brunson. I said it. I'm sorry. I saw it with my eyes, and the dude reminds me of who he reminds me of. I think he could be another steal in the draft. He reminds me of Jalen Brunson, just his poise, the way he controls the game, his ability to see things before they happen, his IQ. It's just all. At some point, guys, we got to stop looking at age and disqualifying people. If you're a bucket, you're a bucket. And I'm at a point now, especially with the Pelicans, where we have enough young pieces. We've got Hawkins that can't really see the floor. My guy Hawk. We got Dyson Daniels. We've got TM3, Trey Murphy. We've got all these young guys, and we've got guys in the G League over at the Squadron. We need to just get some old guys in here who are not even old. That's crazy. 22 is not an old age. But we need to get some mature guys in here who can plug and play right now. And he could be a backup point guard. After all, this draft this week, we got to remember where we are and what we're drafting. If Ware isn't on the board and we took Tyler Kulik, I wouldn't be mad. I'm going to be honest. I would not be mad. If Ware wasn't on the board and we didn't trade the pick and we took Tyler Kulik, I would say, all right, we got something. He's not Jose. Jose is 6 foot with shoes on. Let's just be honest. This guy's 6'2.5". He's 7'11", standing stretch. That means he's got long wingspan. He's a really good hooper in my opinion. That's just me. But maybe, I'm just seeing some things, and maybe I need to be brought back to the light. If I'm going crazy, let me know in the chat if I should be saying Tyler Kulik should not even don an NBA uniform. I mean, listen, I hate to go this route, but T.J. McConnell is in the NBA, and he's made a career of, and he's about to set himself up to retire. I mean, shoot. I mean, there is a place in the NBA for anybody who's willing to come in, work hard, no matter your age. All you need is opportunity, and I'm not opposed to it. I mean, like I said, he is not Jalen Brunson, but he reminds me of Jalen Brunson. Let me get that out there before I get in trouble. Just his poise, how he controls the game. The dude dropped 33 on Villanova, y'all. This ain't, come on now. What are we talking? 33 on Villanova, then came back and dropped 27 on Butler, 27 on St. John. He's a bucket. Averaging. How many assists was the man averaging? Let me pull this up again. The man is averaging 7 assists. That can't be right. I thought he was averaging even more than that. 15 and 7. I don't think that's right. I think he's averaging more than that, but that's what this is saying, 7 assists. So, I mean, hey, I can't be mad at it. He's 6'2 and 3/4, so basically 6'3. I mean, he's not really. He's got 34-inch vert, which I mean, come on now. What you expected? Come on now. Hey, let's be real. Let's just be logical here. I'm talking about Tyler Kulik. His last name is Kulik. That's just all right now. Don't you act like you don't know. But anyway, that's all I got to say about him. If he dons a Pelicans uniform, I'm not going to be mad. I'd be interested to see what he could do in the Pelicans uniform. The guy that I've been hearing the most about from a lot of people I've talked to, including if you watch my first episode, Stephen Gillespie actually hopes that he falls to us. And from what I'm seeing on a lot of boards, he's falling beyond us. And that's Deron Holmes II from Dayton, the 6'10 power forward. I mean, he's the third ranked power forward behind Sarr and Smith. I watched this film and I see what everybody loves about him. His 3-point percentage is good. He blocks shots well. He doesn't foul a lot. His assist usage is well. I mean, his numbers are crazy. What do he average? 28 and 2, 20 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 blocks. What if I told you that could be your starting center next year? I would take that and run. I mean, I would take that and run. And these aren't like Dayton is a really good team. I've had the privilege of watching a few of their practices. They don't practice like they're Dayton. They practice like they're whatever team you think are the blue collar or the greatest teams in college. They practice hard. It is a dog fight in there. Kind of reminds me a lot of the old Marquette team. I forget what the coach's name was, that he went from Marquette to Texas. I don't know where he is now, but he created that dog-like mentality in practices, and it kind of stuck around. That's what Dayton's practices look like, just straight dog activity. Just you're going to earn everything. And to have a guy that comes from that, when he comes to the front door, his mind is going to be, I'm here to work. You're not taking my spot. I am going to take your spot. I'm coming for your minutes, whoever is the starting center, whether it's Clint Capella or you go and find somebody else. I'm coming to take your spot. And so, I mean, I like Deron Holmes. I've heard so much about him. I mean, his defense, his blocks, everything. What do we got? Let me look at the splits. I want to just say the splits. He's got a 7'1" wingspan, 9-foot standing reach, which is pretty good. He ran a 3.25 in the 3-4 sprint. Whoa. The dude is fast. He doesn't really have a high vert, 34-inch vert. That's pretty mild to average. His lane agility is 11.2, so he's shifty with the lane, and his shuttle work is 3. This man so he's an athlete. I mean, I saw on the film that he was an athlete, but I'm looking at these scores, and I'm like, oh, he's an athlete. Like, he's not like just a casual athlete. This man in the shuttle ran a 3.03 in the shuttle. Jeez. We might got something here, boys. We might got some. We might need to lock in. The Tankathon is projecting his 3-point percentage right now, today, to be a .34%, which is you want better, but also this is Tankathon. This is not, the most they don't know what his work ethic is going to be. They don't know how much time he's going to spend in the gym. All they know is Fred Vincent is now in Detroit, and so obviously he's going to get worse. They don't know. think much. You know, it's a weak draft, right, Theodore? Yeah, it's a weak draft. It's a weak draft. So you got to get out of it what you get out of it. These are my names that I'm watching. I mean, obviously, my hope is Khalil Ware. That's my hope. The most logic is Messi from Baylor. The sneaker pick for me is Tyler Smith from the G League. I mean, Zach Edey is everybody's favorite, but I don't think he's going to be there. I don't think he falls anywhere outside of the lottery. He's a lottery guy. I mean, the guys at No Ceilings, they love Deron Holmes II. They absolutely love him, and after watching film, I understand why. He's a good ball player, and he gives you everything you want. 20 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks. I mean, what more can you want from a guy? Yes, he's a little older as well, but he's an athlete. He's like a real athlete. Like, I mean, I can't help but to think that he's going to have a long career as well because of where he comes from and because I've seen their practices and I know how dog-like their practices are. I mean, and then you got Tyler Kulik, the elder statesman, who I believe is not Jalen Brunson. Don't unsubscribe. But I think he has that. He reminds me of Marquette Jalen Brunson, not the New York Knicks Jalen Brunson. Just the ability to control the game, high IQ, move at his pace, get to his shot, finish his shot, can shoot from the three, can shoot from the mid, can get to the rack, can create for his teammates. He just reminds me of that. That's all I'm saying. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. Anyway, it's going to be a great night. I know it is, no matter what. I'm excited to see who the New Orleans Pelicans take. If they don't take anyone and they trade out of this draft, that's a win in my book as well. If they trade down and take 2 seconds, that's a W as well because we've seen the Pelicans get gems in the second round time after time again. If I'm not opposed to trading the 21st pick and then jumping down to get 2 second-round picks and getting 2 guys to pay minimum money to earn a spot through the summer league. I'm not opposed to that. But if we stay at this spot and Khalil Ware's name is on the board, do me a favor, Mr. Griffin. Don't think. Don't think. Just go. Take that little card up to Mr. Silver and say, God bless you and peace be with you. And then I better hear Khalil Ware uttered out of Mr. Silver's name, out of Mr. Silver's mouth. Because that is the right choice at 21 if you want to stay there and if he's on the board. If he's not, you've got Deron Holmes, who everybody said is going to be on the board. I know you like Tyler Kulik. I think you could trade back and get him in the second round. That's my personal opinion. I don't know. I know you like Messi. I think you could trade down to the bottom. You can trade down even further in the first and get you a lower first and a second. I think you could to get Messi if you really like him like that. I would rather take Isaiah Collier over Messi. Just being honest. I can't lie to kick it. I would rather take mini Tyreek Evans than take Messi. That's just me. I personally am of the mindset that Tyreek Evans just came out at the wrong time. Could you imagine Tyreek Evans right now? Oh, goodness. Could you imagine Tyreek Evans coming into a better situation than he came into in Sacramento? I'm not saying that New Orleans is that, but I'm just saying that would be crazy. And I think Isaiah Collier's kind of cut from that same cloth. So that concludes this episode of The Assist. Hopefully you've enjoyed my takes. If you haven't and I'm crazy and you're saying, Dylan, this is not your best work, that's cool. Let me know in the chat, in the comments. I like having conversation. I'm not always right. But when I'm right, I feel good that I'm right. So let me know who your picks are, who you think is the person we need to be drafting, what we should be doing beneath this. And I'll see y'all later this week because we're going to drop another one after we figure out who is going to be the newest New Orleans Pelican. And after we figure out what's going to happen with Brandon Xavier Ingram. Thank you for tuning in to The Assist. See you later.